The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sunday Gun Chat, the relaxing time way up north at Mr. Holster's ranch, where Mr. Holster reflects on his weekend events and talks about guns. Let's have a warm round of applause for that relaxed YouTube personality, Mr. Holster. Jack, relaxed YouTube personality. You gotta come up with something new. You might as well just put comatose lying behind the bar, because Mr. Holster's nothing but... Oh, Mr. Holster, hey! Howdy, Parge, yeah, it's me, Mr. Holster. Let's get this started to the sunny slopes of long ago. If that doesn't heat you up, cool you down all at the same time. I tell you, it was a disappointing weekend. Nice weekend, 80 degrees both days. But we have not had any moisture since that 4 inches of snow 2 weeks ago, come tomorrow, Monday. We had 4 inches of snow, 28 degrees, and no moisture since. And my shooting range is, because it's all clay down there, hard as a rock. So I decided no go to work on it this weekend. It's supposed to rain on Tuesday. I'll go in there on Wednesday, and it'll go 10 times faster with a little moisture in the ground. Where I'm at with the thing is the front side is more or less done, except for the lower shooting area, the actual shooting field, as it were, is only half done because it's about a 75-foot deep area now, and it needs to be 150. And I'm waiting to do that till I do this other stage, which is the back side of that berm. The berm's like 9 feet tall from the shooting area. The back side, I need to ramp it up on the back and build a hillside behind the back of the berm. The berm's only like 12 feet wide right now. I need to build it up in the back so I can get up on top of the berm with the Bobcat to drop more dirt to build the top berm up, because my Bobcat, it only drops at about 6-7 feet high. That's as high as I can get with my little scoop. So I got to build it up on the back and ramp it up so I can get up there and pile more dirt, because I want it higher than it is. And I have to taper the back side of it up to do it. And then when I get that done and have my ramp, I got the dirt back there to do it and get it the way I want. Then I'm going to take that front part, which I need to scrape that down about a foot. I could take that dirt that comes out of there and drive around to the back, go up and drop it on my berm to make my perfect berm. And then it'll be all done, except for I need to bring in manure on top of it and spread grass seed and drag it. And yeah, even that's a ton load of work. That probably will take more time than the rest of it will. But anyway, there we are. Nothing happened there all weekend long. Instead, I was mowing grass and playing with horses. Yeah, and killing weeds. And staring at my new bowl. That's what I did. This is what I want to talk about today. And I've got this on. See this here? This would be my Galco Avenger and my Glock 17. And the wind's coming up now. Yeah, Sunday evening now, it's cooling off and the wind's coming up. It was so hot. I'm not used to, you gotta bring it in a little slower. You can't just go from 29 degrees to 80. At 65, that is my perfect temperature for working, 65 degrees. And, Jack's not here tonight either. Jack left Mother's Day. He went to see his mother, and I said, oh, my gosh, Jack, I know how you feel, but he just does not get along with his mother. I said, I know how you feel about your mother. You're going to go see her? And he says, yeah. He said, yeah, can I borrow the keys to, because Jack had to borrow the keys to the truck because he sold his Spitfire back when he was dating that gal that gave him the free sports car to drive around. Yeah, now he doesn't have the gal or the sports car. He doesn't even have wheels. He's lost his match champion. Yeah, he felt sorry for him. He looked kind of in the dumps and said he wanted to go down and see his mother on Mother's Day. So I said, yeah, sure, Jack. Yeah. I gave him the keys to the truck and off he went. And before he left, I said, you sure you want to go see your mom? And he says, yeah, I know. I know. She's a bitch, but she's my mother. And off he went. So, back to my Galco holster. Which, I'm not overly impressed with it, which I talked about before in my video and if I can find it, I'll put a link. I don't know if I can find it. I probably can. It was still a few weeks ago. When it came in, you couldn't even shove the gun in there, and I had to dunk it in water and stretch it out to get it in there, and it was all right. It's all right, but it's still rubbing a little bit. You see, and this is the thing, is that's why you do a good job on the wet molding on your holster. If somebody builds holsters and they do good work, the holster comes, you can tell what gun that's for just by looking at the holster, because it's just an absolute shell covering of the firearm. You can see the definition is so good, you could tell what that holster's for. And the reason they do that, number one, is retention. Number two, it doesn't produce wear on your firearm. If you've got a fine firearm like they used to make, you'd want to have yourself the nicest holster. And that's why Andy Artunian does a fantastic job. All those years I used his holsters, and you wouldn't believe those guns had no wear on them, and they came in and out of those holsters millions of times. And Ted Blocker, again, another fine holster maker that I never had any wear on. My Beretta 92 was in a horsehide Ted Blocker holster for 20 years. And Milt Sparks, Mitch Rosen, I'm missing somebody, Kramer leather. A lot of great holster makers, and the problem with it is you have to give them the exact gun you've got, pick out your holster. They have to put you in the queue, and they make it for you. It takes about 12 weeks. And Mr. Holster wanted to get out in his shooting range and use his new Glock 17 4th generation, which is what I got in this Galco holster. And I decided to buy this Galco holster because Midway USA had it on clearance for $75 shipped. And at that point, I thought, it's only $75. And you're thinking, well, but for $135, you can get a Kramer horsehide holster, probably one of the finest holsters made in the USA. Why wouldn't you get that? And it's not that much more. And no, you're right, I should have. But when that comes in, I will get rid of this holster and use that. For the time being, I got this right away, and I'm going to use it for this summer out in the range. And it'll be fun to look at the wear on my gun that'll come from this cheap holster. Yeah. And it's not cheap, because these holsters regularly sell between around $90 plus shipping, which is only, you can get a Milt Sparks horsehide holster for $110 plus shipping. You see? And the two are like the difference between driving a Spitfire and a Ferrari. Back to Jack. But he wishes he had a Spitfire now. I hated that car. I did that. There is so much wiring in that car. You would not believe it. Holy cow. There's like this pile of wires that would just go to the headlights. There's like 14,000 wires. What are they doing? At any rate, I'm straying again, and I've eaten up 8 minutes of your life you'll never get back again. Back to the gun and the holster. So this is what I've got, besides a big gut, which, by the way, I'm going to make a commitment right now to lose it this summer. Right here, I'm saying it, I'm 30 pounds overweight, and I've lost upper body strength after the back surgery. I've just sat on my ass and done nothing. Really, I have. That's why I got this YouTube channel, because I sat on my ass and did YouTube instead of... But in my defense, my back has taken that long. There's still numbness in my leg, but it's so much better than it was just 3 months ago. At any rate, we're going to get out there, get that new shoot. Part of the reason I got that new shooting range, I'm going to get out there and do what I used to do when I was in my youth and start seriously shooting and getting some training and some exercise and actually going out and getting physical exercise. And I'm going to lose that weight. Yeah. I like sitting around doing nothing and being on YouTube and drinking, but you can't do it all the time, guys. You got to have a little moderation. And if I don't get back into shape to what I was before all this happened, I might as well just pack it in and head home. As in, you know what I mean? Because that's what will happen to me in no time. So I'm going to work on that. It's kind of we won't say a New Year's resolution. It's kind of a summertime resolution. Yeah. And I can do it. I have everything at my fingertips to do everything I want with my life at this point, and yeah, why not? Yeah, and that's what I want to do, is get back into my fighting shape again, even though I am an old guy and can't fight. But at any rate, so what I did is buy this holster right here, this Galco, and I had that video on it, and I had to dunk it, just totally submerge it in water and wet mold it a little bit to the gun and shape it just to get the gun in the holster. And I had somebody comment to me is that Galco sells a kit, a break-in kit, where this stuff you put on the holster to make it supple so the gun will break in faster, and that'll speed up the process. Oh, you serious? Are you serious? No offense to whoever this gentleman was, but you buy a holster from somebody, that gun should fit in the holster. There's no break-in time period. If it's a nicely made, properly made holster, it fits. You don't have to force it in there with 3 men and a truck. No. So you buy yourself a Milt Sparks holster, and let me tell you, that gun's going right in that holster. You buy yourself a Kramer holster, that gun's going right in that holster. There's no break-in, no, because they make the entire holster. Yeah, they don't just take 2 pieces of leather, stitch it, shove a mold in there for 10 seconds, and then pack it off. No, they carefully wet mold that leather to that gun. They put a fine finish not only on the outside, but the inside. That gun just slides right in. Yeah. If you believe the Galco holster is a decent quality product and you just need to buy that, which I'm sure is just a silicone spray to ease the break-in period for the holster, you need to just go buy yourself an Andy Artunian holster or a Milt Sparks or a Kramer once in your life and see the difference. And you realize, no, it's just a scam. Their answer to people complaining because the gun doesn't fit in the holster is to sell them more crap. Yeah. And so I like dealing with people that put pride in workmanship and what they're making and aren't just slapping something together. Not saying that Galco you have no pride and you're just slapping something together, but Galco you have no pride and you're just slapping something together. Yeah, because it's not finally made anything. I'm not saying they don't make products that work. Certain ones do and work well for what they are. And, that's fine, but it's still nothing to take pride in. There we go. Now I've wasted 12 minutes and 22 seconds of your life talking about my holster, which I have till my good holster comes in to use this summer, and it functions. Although I'm going to guarantee you, well, I won't guarantee it, but you can see here what's going on. I bet I get holster wear on this gun. It's going to be a good test of not only the damage you get from the holster for the lousy $50 you saved on your gun, the damage to your gun that this Galco holster will produce that won't happen on a finely made holster, but also test the new finish of the Glock 17. And I really like this Glock 17, by the way. I really like this and the Gen 4 grip frame, and of course I've filed it out a little bit here because that finger was getting pinched, but I really also like the sights, the worn tactical sights on there. Which try to get it so you can see that front sight, which I'm not. There we go. And that front sight is a night sight, tritium night sight, and the back's just a black target sight that's cut a little wider, which works really well for an old guy like me because I'm at the stage where I can't line up the front sight and the back sight and the target. I can get the target and the front sight or the back sight and the target, but I can't get all three. So by doing that, I can line it up real quick, fast acquisition because of that, and then I can concentrate on the front sight and the target, see? And it's working quite well for me. And I really do like those sights, and I like the gun a lot. And I was talking to my good friend Gil the other day at Hard Target, and he makes those steel hard targets. I'll put a link to his channel right here. You might want to check him out if you're looking for a hard target, a steel target. Makes very nice product, and they come right to your doorstep via the U.S. Postal Service. Yeah. Like the one he sent me the other day, I went out there, and there she was getting out of her car, and she had this big box, and I said, I'll come get it. She goes, that's okay. I think I can fit it in the mailbox. And she got it in there. One of those silhouette targets. Well, we got a really big mailbox, but I was going, no, just put it on the ground there. I'm coming to get it. Oh, no, I can do it. At any rate, there you have it. I was talking to him about being one with your gun. We had this discussion about being very zen-like. That's what should happen. A gun that really works well for you should be for you, and you should become one with the gun. And I had that many times in my life. Like I told them, the H&K P9S and the Walther P88, great guns, and I really loved them, and they just fit in my hand, and they're just a feeling you get. You become one with that gun, and you can shoot it so well. And for a long time, I haven't found anything like that. It's been just a bunch of compromises, and the compromise lately has been, in the last few years, has been just sticking with the old Glock, because I had that Glock 23 I carried for years, 3rd gen, and sticking with that. It works. It's not bad, but it's just not quite there, Not quite there. And in the last month or so, I've picked up a couple and that one the other day, you may laugh at this, but that one the other day I think is going to be one that's just something about that gun that I put it in my hand and it just feels right, is that Sig Sauer P239. And then, of course, the other Sig I bought earlier that just, I think I'm really going to like that, is that Sig 1911 Carry. And neither of which have I shot, because I'm not going to shoot them till I get my shooting range done. That's the carrot to get Mr. Holster to get off his fat butt and get that shooting range done. So there you go. There's a bunch of more information you didn't need that added another 2 minutes onto my video and wasted 16 minutes and 37 seconds of your life you'll never get back again. Before I leave you, I'm going to talk about my contest. I'm having a contest. It's called the American Gunfighter 5,000 sub giveaway, where when I reach 5,000 subs, I'm giving away a $350 gift certificate to Brownells. And this is all you got to do today to get your name in the box to get in my contest. Number one, you have to be a subscriber. Yeah, because if I don't have subscribers, I won't get the 5,000 subs and can't pull out the winner of the contest. Number two, like this video. And number three, just comment down below what you're thinking and tag it with 350 so I know to put you in the contest. There you go, guys. That's 17 minutes and 25 seconds of your life you'll never, ever get back again. Thanks for tuning in. If you like my channel, please subscribe and play the game. Till next time, go out and stay safe.